What?
Oh, well,
What are
I'm
you
trying to
talking
transition into the big news piece this week.
What do you mean wrestlers? Wrestlers don't use steroids.
They don't? Yeah, you're right. I heard that, what's his name, Mason Ryan? That was just a lot of hamburger helper and push-ups.
Well, I mean, there were some random accusations coming out about old Roman Reigns there. And I'm like, clearly he's on just wheat German way, right?
Right. That's well. Here's what was funny to me when Roman was like, "This is bold." Like, obviously, he's going to come out and say that it's not true, and that people online are sitting there going, "This is this is what, are you going to trust a drug dealer and all this stuff?" And my very first thought that came to mind was Roman Reigns. Hulk Hogan, he is not. John Cena, he is not. And this isn't like a slight on the guy, but like, if you're somebody that's just living everyday life, if you're just a dude that's a bodybuilder, you might like wrestling, but you're probably not following it closely enough that you know who the fuck Roman Reigns is.
Mm-hmm.
You'd know who Batista was. You'd know maybe who even Triple H is, because these are body guys. Triple H, or Roman Reigns is in good shape, but he's not a body guy, right?
Okay.
We've all kind of decided that Roman Reigns isn't like the big physique guy, clearly,
Go on. No, go on. I agree. Yes.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we all look at Roman Reigns, and there's anybody we look, and male, female, whatever, gay, straight, you look at him and you go, well, that's a handsome guy. He's in good shape. But you don't look at him like a Batista or like a Triple H when he was juicing hard and go, oh, that's a big fucking guy, like that's a dude that's really going to rip somebody's head off,
Well, we've also determined that, I don't know. Looking at Roman Reigns, first off, he's always wearing the vest, so it's not even like you can visibly tell. But anytime he really doesn't have it on, he doesn't seem like a small guy. He's pretty well ripped. Don't you think?
But here's the thing. Like, I'm not saying the guy obviously isn't in good shape, and he more than likely is using some form of performance enhancement shit. But I'm saying, like, if this guy was to pull names out of a hat, Roman Reigns would not be the name I'd pull out of that hat.
Gotcha.
Mark Wahlberg, yeah, that's pretty much a layup that Mark Wahlberg does steroids.
Right.
The Rock, pretty much a fucking layup that he's using the shit. But Roman Reigns, I don't know if he would be the first guy that I would pick. I would go, oh, yeah, definitely that guy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if this was like a bullshit lie, this guy pretty much went out of his way to put him on that list.
Well, Joe Smith, Joe 5150, friend of the show, long time friend of Wrestling Soup, is one of the first people unaccredited to reveal this story. A lot of people actually plagiarized his direct article that he had on Reddit and other places and used his words verbatim. But we'll give him credit. I'm sure other places like WrestlingNews.co and Gerwick will also credit him for it. But the story goes from Forbes, because they were the ones that I think they were one of the first ones that plagiarized them. Roman Reigns has been named as the alleged client of jailed steroid distributor Richard Rodriguez, whose Miami-based Wellness Fitness Nutrition LLC, WFN, was raided by the DEA last February as a part of a year-long investigation. The organization, which was taken down in a scandal that has largely flown under the radar in the national media, is being compared to the Bay Area Laboratory Cooperative, the BELCO, which has linked several high-profile athletes, including Jason Giambi, Marion Jones, Bill Romanowski, and Barry Bonds. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, WFN's client list has included at least 50 customers in the Eastern District of New York in a massive drug ring that makes at least $10 million in the distribution of illicit anabolic steroids. Rodriguez, who is currently in prison, recently came forward specifically to name Hollywood stars Josh Duhamel, Mark Wahlberg, and obviously WWE superstar Roman Reigns as part of an exclusive interview that he made with filmmaker John Bravo. He said, at the end, and this is from Rodriguez, he was quoted as saying, "At the end, I'm just trying to clear my name and just make people well aware that there's a lot more people out there that were involved and are associated with my company that many individuals did not know." Referring to Roman Reigns, he says he's a very down-to-earth person. However, there's a situation involved in which oftentimes when you're brought to trials, which I was not, I decided to take a plea. However, they disclosed discovery. Discovery is basically the proof that they have against you. One part of the discovery is what's called tried and true statements, which is basically disclosing everybody whom the investigators or people that were investigating you have spoken to with regards to your company, with regards to you, with regards to any other co-defendants that are associated with the indictment. So that's one of the reasons why I disclosed Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns obviously did, mull this. He did have a response. He's been regarded to release his official statement, which I'm sure was, looked over by some kind of litigation. His statement on allegations that he was a client of a now jailed steroid dealer. He says, blah, blah, blah. Hold on. I'm sorry. I have never heard of Richard Rodriguez or Wellness Fitness Nutrition. I learned from the mistake I made nearly 2 years ago and paid the penalty for it. Since then, I've passed 11 tests as part of WWE's independent drug testing program, and there are no drugs in my yard.
Whoa.
No.
Can you read that last sentence again?
No, I'm just fucking around. He didn't say it last time.
Oh, you didn't? I was going to say, oh, fuck you, dude. There's no drugs in my yard.
There are no drugs in my yard.
Oh, my God. The big dog keeps his blood clean. Fuck you, dude. No, I mean, it's very canned. Like,
of course.
Just deny. Of course, now, with very little research, I'm sure somebody will find a picture of Roman with the guy.
Oh, of course. Of course
like
they will.
Roman at the gym or something. Like, it's going to happen. Don't worry.
Right.
Because that's what happens let's say it like this, okay? Every time somebody does something fucked up to somebody and then completely denies that they even know who they are, there's a picture of them with that person somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You're cutting this way too close. You know what I mean? This guy was running Miami for the most part, like distribution and gyms and everything else like that. And you're telling me you never worked out in his gym? You never bumped shoulders with him somewhere in Miami? Come on.
Yeah. Well, this is what the big problem is, in my opinion, with the whole Roman Reigns fucking taking steroids thing. Buddy, you got money. Go take HGH. I'm not even, I feel like I say this every time we talk about the shit. I'm not even negative. I'm not even anti-PED. Just be smart about it. Go take the shit that's regulated by doctors, sit down, go in there, and people are going to say, well, it still enlarges your heart. It's still not great for you. Yeah, but it's better than somebody handing you a bottle of what could be fucking, hey, this could be steroids or old Capri Sun squirted in here. So just put that right into your quadriceps and away we go.
Oh, don't forget, he was popped, what was it, June last year? That's when he had to do his 1 month of duty.
Yeah, his well, it's funny that's what they eventually. This is what it took for them to
June 2016. Sorry.
Yeah, this is what it took for them to out that whole suspension because everybody sat around. What was it? Was it drugs? Was it weed? Was it coke? Like they just couldn't even say at the time. Oh yeah, he taking steroids.
Right.
Just fucking dude. Just here's the thing. Just fucking either one, own up to it. Okay? Don't be all secrety. I made a mistake. Just say what it was. I am a professional wrestler. I'm a professional athlete, and I used performance-enhancing drugs. By the way, I'm on a fake fucking TV show.
Yeah.
I'm not competing for the goddamn, I'm not competing for a Super Bowl trophy,
But then WWE should just say that. They shouldn't even have a wellness policy when it comes to steroids then. You know what I mean? It's really weird. It's a weird dynamic because here he is popped for this for steroids in a company that is anti-steroids. And obviously there's a history there besides just Benoit over the years, Hulk Hogan and everything else like that too. But it's just, it's a weird predicament where these are not athletes in the sense of competitive sports.
Right. But they have to hold them to this esteem. Well, this is the main reason why they hold these guys accountable for these type of usage is because of these guys losing their shit in the past. But this is the honest to God truth, at least from my opinion, from my standpoint. When you really look back on the guys that died from steroids, it was never just the steroids, was it? it was always the steroids with 4 other things.
Right. Painkillers, fucking uppers, downers, something.
Right. Like, perfect example of that, The Ultimate Warrior, right? The Warrior was gassed to the gills. Now, you might say, hey, the Warrior dropped dead at a younger age. It wasn't like he got out scot-free, et cetera, yada, yada, whatever.
Sure.
But the Warrior also, unbeknownst to a lot of us, I'm sure, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, the Warrior wasn't exactly going home at 9 o'clock on a Saturday night in the 80s.
Warrior did not believe in leg day. Yes.
Yeah. The Warrior did not believe in probably fucking doing much good for himself other than lifting weights. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these people like that talk about guys in the 80s and the 70s and all the shit that they did, they all died of steroids. They died of a hell of a lot more than steroids, guys. These were people that were drinking heavy. They were doing cocaine. They were taking pills, and not even like pills in the sense of, okay, now people take prescription medication, they become addicted. It's very dangerous. But there's also people that take, prescription medicines in long, for a good portion of their life to actually treat ailments. There's a reason this shit exists, guys. It's not just so people can become addicted to it.
Well, let me ask